Hello everyone, this is a quick video to go over and explain what is a green growth campaign. So we're going to just use a simple example here, some simple math, a simple sales funnel, nothing too fancy, no retargeting or anything, just to illustrate the main points of what a green growth campaign is. So this looks like a typical sales funnel here. A green growth campaign leverages my background expertise as a filmmaker, and we use video heavily throughout the cycle here. So an example of what that could look like is we split test still images, carousel ads, and things like that against video ads. And we find mostly that video ads perform the best, but we always split test everything. So we test to make sure at every point that what we think is going to work is working, because really the market knows best what actually works. So we test those ads here and we use videos to attract the perfect type of person that we want. So an example of that might look like, here's a educational value video for people who are landowners or people who are about to buy land, anything having to do with land owning, because that's a great stage for us to engage people, at least for home builders. So then we might lead them from that ad to our website where they can watch a video that talks about, here's some things to consider when you're about to build on your land, and here's how our company helps to solve these potential problems. So right away, we're leading in with value about where they are, not necessarily selling directly to them, but they're seeing the value now in working with you. And we offer them an opportunity to book a meeting or call and schedule a meeting, which is a sales meeting, a consultation to see if your company's a good fit. And then if you are a good fit, you close the sale and they become a home buyer. So that's the basic gist of the video. And there's also email that comes along through this process with more video content, more value content, just nurturing them through the whole process. Now, down here, this is the economic backbone of this system. Everything kind of comes down and depends on this. So basically, if we're going to say an average order value, which is the cost of the home, the average cost of the home, I know this is low, we're using this because it's easy math, is $100,000. That is the cost of the average home that you're selling. So the profit off of one of those homes, let's just say, is $20,000. The profit's $20,000, so that's total revenue minus COGS, cost of goods sold, leaves us with $20,000. Then we want to aim for somewhere between 25 and 50% of that average order profit for our cost per acquisition. And this is the max amount that you're comfortable spending to acquire a new client. So what that means is if we can get clients for $7,000 or under, then we can scale that up and you'll be profitable based on those margins. My job, managing this campaign on an ongoing basis, is to continually test every variable and make sure that we're optimizing and improving this number, because we want to get this as low as possible, because that is making the biggest return on ad spend and return on investment. So what that looks like, the way we use this data is we say, okay, we talk and we come to learn that your sales meeting conversion rate, how many sales meetings, does it take for you to close a deal, is 20%. So, okay, for cost per acquisition is $7,000, 20% of that gets us to $1,400. So, okay, so now we know that number is at $1,400. If 2% of the people who come to your website schedule a meeting, we take 2% times $1,400, and we can afford to spend up to $28 per click to stay within our key performance indicators. So these are our benchmarks that we use in this simple funnel. My funnels typically have more steps, but this is for demonstration purposes. That lets us know, okay, how much can we afford to spend at this point? And basically, these are all our benchmarks, so I can look and see which areas are performing stronger and weaker, which areas should we duplicate, the strong areas, and which areas should we test and optimize and try to improve, the weaker areas. And then this 1% click-through rate is helpful for us to know if we want to bring, let's say, 2 new home buyers to your business a month. and we have a 1% click-through rate, that tells us how many impressions we need to get to this ad in order to reach our goal. So that's a basic breakdown of the mechanics and the economics of one of my green growth campaigns. And really, it's a strategic combination of creativity and data-driven decisions. So the creativity comes in up front where we decide, okay, what ad do we think is going to spark the interest of the perfect home buyer? And then the data comes in where we remove our ego and let the market tell us what they like. And we measure what they like by measuring all these different points. And that's how we improve the process over and over again, driving higher and higher profits. So hopefully that gives you a good high-level view of what a green growth campaign is. And I would love to hear any questions you have. Just reach out to me through my website, ericallmanfilms.com.